So
let's do this.
Last week you exited the collector's dungeon. You found out that time works very differently.
God,
and
that's right.
in there, a month passed. So you guys, when you were last on the ground, escaped from Ironstone, and you were being chased by Dragano. Dragano basically was taking the souls out of all the crystals around the area, and the dwarves. You left the dwarves battling Dragano out, but the king gave you his blessing to run because you guys got to get the rod out of there. You guys made it up. You went into the collector's dungeon. You came out. It's a month later, and then you guys traveled many days over to where you saw the Red City, and you saw the Red City is under attack. So from the west of the Red City is the Rook's forces, which is the Queen's forces, led by the Rook, and they're coming in, and they have gnomish tanks that were actually designed in Season 1 by Archie Fint forcefully. And they have old gnomes in there. It's basically these carts with a cannon in the front, and they have all troops that are leaving back, and they're sitting back real far and out distancing the cannons on the Red City's walls and just bombarding the city on the western flank. Now, when you guys got there, about 1 day away from the Red City, you also noticed then that the Walking Tower, which is an infamous tower in Andaria for the Archmage, is basically like a magical tower that has like creatures' legs, like beast legs on the bottom, and it's making its way. And you see it literally shifting, again, making its way through a forest, and it's about 3 days away when you guys saw it. At that moment, Jacques had a little freak out, and Jacques was saying that, Dragano is behind us somewhere, the Queen's forces are right there, the Archmage is right there, we're outside the city, what are we going to do? And that is where we stopped. So, let's take it away, and let's roleplay from that moment, guys. Go for it.
So, Jacques, you're from the city, aren't you? So, how the hell do we get in here?
If we try to go in now, if they don't know who we are, they either might kill us by accident.
But they know you. I mean, what?
Yes, but I'm just one man. We're like miles away. We're running up. What are they going to do, open the door?
Is there another way in, maybe?
There's no secret ways in, no. It is heavily... It's the Red Knight City. It is heavily fortified.
We have to bring them the rod.
Yes. So you guys look over, and for your enjoyment... Actually, you guys are here. I'm not going to be able to see it. I'll have to figure out a way to get that to you. Percival, do you... in Dropbox, you see the Red City, Andaria the Red City. It's in the main audio dungeon thing. Can you throw it into Discord so the crew can see it?
So, is the army only on one side of the city?
So everyone's seeing the screen right now for the Red City. And if you're on Twitch, you're actually seeing the Red Knight's realm. So you see two different things. So the Red City is, on the western side, is the Rook, the Queen's forces, and 3 days away on the eastern side is the Archmage's tower coming in, the Walking Tower. There's nothing else that you see. And as you see in the Red City here, for those who try to understand it, you'll notice that there's tons and tons of houses and residential area that is up against the walls. You guys here, if you want to look at your phones real quick, you probably could spot it. And they're basically just hovering up, for defense. And you're pretty sure now that they've pretty much evacuated inside those walls. But to get past that, you have to go through a fortress of soldiers inside. The Red City is known for being never breached before, and excellent horsemen, riders, knights. They have paladins, things like that. But they can't do much versus the spellcasters and the long range of these gnomish tanks that they simply have never seen before. So it is kind of tricky. Why are you laughing over there, Octavia?
No, because I'm saying I didn't see it on the Discord, and Dan's looking for it. Anybody else see it?
I was saying check it on the Facebook right now. It's up, but it's gonna change over.
You said Discord.
Well, Percival's if Percival finds it, he's gonna put it up, but he hasn't found it yet.
Oh, sorry.
You can notice by the frustration as his thumbs are on his chin and he's squinting his eyes. So,
okay. So the tanks are only on one side of the city, then?
Yes,
correct. So what if we circle around the side of the city and go in from another entrance?
We can circle around the eastern side, but they might think we're a trick or something. Hopefully we could try.
Well, if we let them know that we're here, they'll know that we're on their side.
Yeah, but how do we send them a message? I mean, we've got nothing here to do it with.
What if we
I know how we can send
wave a white flag?
I'm so worried right now.
No. I speak to an animal.
What animal are you going to speak of? Do the gray understand?
Not saying.
So wait. You guys speak to an animal, and then how is the animal going to speak to them?
What if we like waved
I
a
don't
white
know.
flag? You know, like go around the other side and
Okay.
Yeah. Does anyone have
like try to get somebody's attention. You know.
I'm sure if we go to the eastern side, we can.
I'd
I mean,
rather go to the
if they
northern.
see if they see Jacques, I'm really hoping that they're not going to just open fire on us.
Well, maybe
Yeah.
it's best if only 1 or 2 people try and sneak in. Maybe you
I
and
don't-
Jock can
no,
try
I
and
don't
go,
think
get
we have
over
to,
the
like-
walls.
I don't think we have to like
We
sneak
don't have
in.
to sneak
I think
in.
we could just go to the gate and be like, "Hi,
Yes.
this is Jacques.
Right.
Can we please come
Right.
in? We have the rod."
And if they try to attack us, we'll wave a white flag of some sort.
I was
Anybody got
thinking-
anything white that we could?
You really like this white
I
flag.
think it's a good idea. That's how you do it.
Wait,
I was
wait, wait.
thinking that I could give my my harmonic resonance a shot, which I haven't done in a really long time.
Which does.
Oh,
it
yeah.
allows me to tap into other universes, other dimensions, and I can sing a song from that world, and the lyrics of the song will happen. I can only do it once a day. The lyrics of the song will.
So she sings like "Heal the World."
Yeah, I
she
can
she
sing
can
Heal the
roll and
World.
say "Heal the World," but when she uses it once, it is gone forever in eternity.
Wait, why aren't we thinking this when we were down in the?
Yes,
Well-
so Jacob is saying "Animal Army to breach the walls." Tails Akondo
Bulgar's
says
animal army.
Tails Akondo says he could get a bird and then send the bird with a message to the king as to their location. Jan says, well, in actuality, like that, there has to be a druid or ranger who can understand the message in the city. That's what Jan's saying.
There might be a druid in the city.
Jeff Sanford says, wait until nightfall. David's just confirming that the map is displayed on Facebook for a time. Thanks, David. Appreciate that. Dolores Davis is saying, I didn't see an entrance that was already open. You need to climb over a wall.
Thanks,
Wait.
Mom.
If I can you write a note, and then I'll ask a bird to fly it to someone in the town.
It's a bird.
That's not gonna work. The bird is just gonna bring it to some random person.
Why?
Batman.
Yes,
True.
I
The
can do
bird,
that.
the bird doesn't know who the king is or who.
I think we need to approach. This
I think we need to go there ourselves.
Let's
I
go.
think I could. I personally will not
too
put
much-
the fate of this mission on a random bird.
But yeah, let's try her. Let's try her song thing first. What are you
Her
gonna?
song ain't a bad idea.
I mean, it's worth a shot.
Okay. What are you thinking? What do you want to get out of it?
I was thinking, I want to get that the war is over.
No.
So I was thinking of
Oh,
singing.
No.
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 What?
You gotta be very careful with this magic stuff. I'm not sure exactly how your stuff works, but with my stuff, when you say things like that, we can find out the war is over and we've lost. Like it'll just move us to
What
the,
he said.
It'll just move
Also-
us years in the future when the war is over.
It's a DM, that's a DM's favorite exploit.
I say.
Right.
Well,
Not
does
mine,
anyone
not mine.
have an idea?
Like I thought you were gonna do something like maybe like
Like something that
get
would
us
get
in
us
the city.
inside.
get us
like,
inside,
Yeah, like
or I
bring us closer maybe, so we
Build
don't have
a
to
So
walk
like,
a day.
like
build
Creep
a-
from TLC.
I don't know what the,
So
I don't-
Creep. Yeah. So nobody sees us.
Okay, so Batman says, have the rogue go invisible and sneak the collector's coin in the castle. It's your deity, and you can use the coin to item of recall to teleport into the city. Zach is saying, what class is Brooke? Brooke is a bard, but she's a 5th edition modified homebrew bard. So she's a little bit different.
Model.
David Rickelson says, tunnel underneath and take them from below.
we don't want to. These are
We're
our
not trying
friends,
to take them.
right? So we just want to get inside without them killing us.
Yeah,
because
the
they're
Red
at war.
Right, the Red City is their allies. They're trying to get to the Red City, and the Red City is being attacked on one side, and then in 3 days it'll be attacked from another side.
Why
So wait,
we
wait,
need
so
to
who
just
has-
walk up to the city
I
and
I
say,
have an idea on this.
we come in peace.
I have a very good idea on this. We could technically do that. You can make us invisible, correct?
Yeah,
Okay,
for a
so
little bit of time.
why not make us all invisible? We'll get nice and close to the city. Jacques comes invisible and says, "Hi, we're here."
We don't need to go invisible for that.
Yeah, but
Walk
it gets
up
us.
to
It gets
them.
us there without being seen.
I can't.
Is that
we're-
necessary?
We're
I
dead-
think
we're-
so. There's
Like the
tanks.
Archmage.
I
There's a
can't.
walking town,
I can't
We
make us
could go
invisible
around the
for
side.
for a day. I can make us invisible for like a minute or 10 minutes.
which is fine.
we're a day away.
I'm not saying we have to do it right here. When we get closer.
I don't
Do
understand.
you have? Does anybody have an
Like,
idea?
if we were to move up to the
How long
north,
does invisibility last?
like 10 minutes.
That's all it is?
Yeah, it's nothing. If we're gonna go up to the northern side of this, right, of the town, or the southern side of the town, the side that doesn't have enemies attacking it, we'll just go up, and then if they start attacking us from range, we run away.
Right, or try to get them to stop.
Right.
And
Either way, I want to get to this town, so let's start walking
I
and
don't
talk.
think
let's just do that.
It's
I
hard-
start walking towards the town.
Yes, I go too.
the chat is now figuring out if the bird or the swallow could be carrying it, an African or European. It's gone to Monty Python.
I'm still looking for like an animal that could be my companion.
So roll d20 and add your wisdom.
Okay.
Is this the first roll still?
Yeah.
Wow.
This is going to be
Oh my
it's good.
God.
It's in your class, you know.
This is the first
Okay.
roll.
the first
With
roll.
the new
Because
dice.
there are not many animals around, so therefore it'll be hard. You need to achieve a 15.
Okay.
Good luck.
A 14.
Oh, no.
Which are
Any modifier
bonus?
on that?
Yeah, with a
Do
plus
I
3.
want
If you want to use, if you want one of your rerolls, you have
I
it.
can't use a reroll for this.
Okay.
I'll find the companion.
Try again.
I'll find the companion. I just have to be patient.
She's gonna get like a dust mite.
So
Okay. Jacob suggests, can they light enough torches or campfire, some signal, to have a search party inquire about what they are doing, and Peaceful mention they are trying to enter.
I think it's good.
I like
You
the
know what?
idea.
If
If
it's
there wasn't,
nighttime when we get there, that might be a good.
I like the idea, but I don't like the idea because there's two armies on either side of us that can
Yeah,
also
but-
send search parties.
We're gonna go around the side.
Michael Runco says, get closer by using the enemy's armor, approach the wall with a white flag, then tell them who you are.
Kind of like what I said.
Well, yeah, I think you had mentioned that last week actually. Somebody did because we were discussing about the thing.
We're a decent distance away from.
You're a day away.
Yeah.
From the Queen's armies as well, right?
So
Yeah.
You're-
can we shorten
Same
down
thing,
this?
yeah.
Can we shorten down this walk? Maybe like fly us. What do you think? Maybe.
No,
Waste a spell.
I'm asking. I'm just asking.
I think we should just walk
Just
up
asking.
to the northern wall or
Yes.
the
I think
southern
we
wall.
might be overthinking.
Yes.
Let's just go.
I do
walk to the
let's
city.
Let's go.
I want to not appear like I'm part of either army, so I don't want to sneak and I don't want to use magic to
Right.
bring us up.
Let's just walk.
Fair
Right.
enough. So let's walk.
Zach
start
says,
walking.
Zach says, not a bad idea, McLovin.
Hey, it is what it is.
You get drolled now.
I don't know. It is what it is.
I like that. As we're walking, I say to him,
Yes,
I
walk.
like that idea about the whatever you call the harmonic.
Harmonic resonance.
Yeah,
If
It's a good spell.
yeah. Maybe we can think of something that could.
if you pick the right spell or the right song,
I'm thinking
that's,
if
that'll
I-
work perfect.
like I think like help rebuild the walls of the city that have been damaged by the Queen's army, or something to like.
What about like what's so
something to, like-
funny about peace, love, and understanding? Something like that.
I think our end goal is to murder those two armies.
Yeah.
So I
Yes.
don't want peace. I want them to be destroyed.
Something that destroys the tower
But-
would be.
but like yeah, something like that. Something that lets the
I
Red
have a theory on that,
Night
by the way.
City, this place know that we're their friends. Like I think things like that are things I think
Along
that
the lines of
yeah.
what we should.
that's my idea. But
Okay,
then
we can
again,
scroll
I'm not a
through.
bard and I've never used that spell and I have no idea what it actually does.
What
So
about
I'm just
something
really nervous about like I know that a lot of times magic can twist your words.
Right.
So you have to be very careful about like what you say and how you say it. So
What about
that
something
you
that tell-
eliminate the opportunity for something to go bad?
Yeah.
What about something that can get us into the city?
I don't want to. We just go up to the city.
Yes.
Well, I'm
seriously.
just, I'm
That's
just giving her
not-
ideas. I don't know.
That's
We
just
can
gonna
think
get us
about it while we're
locked
walking.
up.
I'm just.
Yeah.
That's not gonna do anything good.
I'm really nervous about like matching ourselves in.
I really
and
don't
then
think we're
them
getting
thinking that
locked
we're-
up once we get inside, and we have the rod, and
Yeah,
we're bringing
well-
the rod to them.
I think that we shouldn't be forcefully entering.
They know we're coming with it. Like they know they're waiting for
Because
us.
they're our friends.
Yes.
Which is
exactly.
why they're gonna let us in.
Yes.
So
Yeah,
They're
but we have to get
gonna-
through.
All right. No more on this
No,
conversation.
we're not gonna
Just
go
walk.
through the army.
walking
We're gonna
to
go
the
around
city.
the
We're
side.
All right, let's do
walking.
that. Let's do that. Good idea.
I don't want to interrupt it. So Constance Turner, thank you so much for donating 130 stars. We appreciate it.
Thank you.
All right.
Constance.
Don't forget, guys, you can
Beautiful.
donate and change the game, add some
Cool.
enchantments, rerolls, anything you like. Okay, so you guys start. Evan says she came online a wrecking ball on the Wizard Tower.
Oh.
She's singing, "Give me like a wrecking ball," like swinging to the Wizard Tower and knock it over.
Okay, that would be amazing.
Okay, so you guys start making your journey. You're not flying. You're just making your journey over there, over the dunes. And are you getting to within what, say like 10 minutes of the city, an hour of the city? How far you want to go to?
Yeah, I think we're going to keep approaching the city until something bad happens.
Yeah.
And we want to.
Okay.
Or we
wanna
feel like something
approach
bad's about to happen.
not where the army is.
Yeah, either
That's-
the north or the south, whichever way is the
You're coming from the south right now.
to the south,
Southeast?
the southern wall.
If we're
We're
com-
gonna-
Southern wall.
Yes, east will put you further away from the Queen's army that's attacking. Do you remember they're attacking from the sunken cities? They're
Is
coming
that's
from-
putting us in between them and the tower, though, isn't that?
Yes, but the tower
Okay.
is still 3 days away. Well, 2
Okay.
days away
2
now.
days away.
About
I think
when
we
you guys
should go
arrive.
more on the eastern side.
So
Yeah.
yeah, southeast.
Yeah.
We approach-
Yeah.
Okay, so you guys come around the side. Vincent Bonanni says is to sing. You can't touch this. David wants to know any chance of digging your underground into the sewer, or anything like that underneath the ground.
Not necessary.
Yeah, I feel like we don't want to sneak into a place where we're trying to let them know that we're their allies who have returned. You know?
Batman says the coin can be used. He means the collector's coin, but not activated to create a sanctuary in the wall that you can teleport to because it's your deity and you are all connected to it. It'll teleport 8 people at a time.
Whoa,
That's good.
Batman.
That's the
Yeah.
thing.
Lay
But
down
not
the,
for this
the
situation,
deep knowledge.
maybe, but
We
that's
got.
good.
Batman wants us to use these collector's coins, though.
Yeah.
So you guys coming around this southern eastern part, and you guys are, we'll say, like 10-15 minutes off. If you get any closer, it's going to be, you'll at least know they see you, will react to you, or whatever you think they're going to do.
I
So
keep walking.
as we've been
Okay.
walking, does anybody? We've figured out if anybody has anything white that we could raise as a white flag. Does anyone have anything that could be white-ish?
My underwear. Oh wait, no, from last battle.
Yeah. No,
What about the back of the maps? I got the maps. The back of the maps.
Yeah, the
What?
maps are
all
white.
right.
Okay.
Yeah.
I really don't need those no more.
Okay. I take my quarterstaff and I kind of like just flip it through, and I as we come up, I wave that in the air.
Okay, you start waving the map.
I just wave my arms.
Yeah.
They want us to kill them.
They're giving
this
a
is
big
pretty-
target.
This doesn't, if you're just doing this, that doesn't mean like I'm coming to get you.
Okay, you're. I'm coming to kill
If
you.
go like oogly oogly, maybe yeah.
Okay, so you guys
You're
start walking.
scary.
You guys start walking over
That's
to
scary.
the Red City,
Scary.
Yeah.
and you're making your way closer and closer, and you see that there's some kind of interaction between the guards up there in one of the towers, and they do take notice of you. There's nothing happening as of right now. What do you want to do?
Keep walking.
Yeah, keep getting closer.
So we can get to like shouting distance to them. You know.
Totally agree.
Keep walking.
Okay. So you guys are walking forward, and eventually, all of a sudden, you see a wizard who's bald. He has tattoos on his head, red robes, and he looks at you and he says,
Don't hurt us.
"Who are you?" "Oh, Jacques. You have the rod."
Hello.
We're back.
Who is this?
I look at Jacques to see if he recognizes this guy at all.
He said, "Oh yes. They call him Tomb Mage.
Oh,
Tomb like grave, like Tomb Mage.
oh.
Yes, it's a dark name.
Uh,
I will transport you inside
okay.
if you
All
permit
right.
me." He grabs 2 of you. He's basically like night crawling people are in. He goes back to for you, and we'll say for Dan last time. He takes you and goes to teleport you, and you can see a pull, and all of a sudden you go. You're teleported inside a keep, and the rod is not with you. And he looks at you, panicked. He grabs the 2 of you, goes back, and the rod's on the floor, and he's standing there.
Gotta walk it in. I
Come quickly.
I pick it up and I start.
Oh man, are we still there? Or we already
No,
went?
he brought the rest of you in. So you're running.
Am I with Vin?
Yeah. So actually, Jacques would still be there because I was doing 2. Jacques there, and he's like,
That's a close one.
So you guys start running up to the city as fast as you can, and you see like the 2 mage. Actually, 2 mages running with you. He teleports ahead. He's gone for like 30 seconds. Comes back. He's running with you again.
He comes
And
back
then-
to tell us what was going on.
No, he goes to open the door. He goes. So you guys run
Puts
in.
a rock in
You run
front of
into.
it.
You see it's a giant fortress, and there's a bunch of guards. They all coming out, heavily armored, and they run you guys inside. And you guys finally, after many
Wow.
weeks,
Wow.
make it into the Red
God.
City.
The safety of the Red City.
Yes,
Wow.
yes.
Well,
This is
now we know this
crazy.
rod can't be teleported.
So it's funny.
That's a good thing.
Quite
Yeah.
a journey.
Because
Get to
that
find
could
out
have
this way.
stunk to find out the hard way.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's well, I'm not gonna say anything.
Yeah, it's a certain type of teleporting.
Oh yes, you have the right memory. You think of something right?
For sure.
He's thinking something from the side quest.
Because it's definitely, yeah.
So anyway, so you guys get into the Red City. What's funny is that if you guys watch from the beginning, it's actually on YouTube, and you can go over to Facebook. But if you watch literally from the third or fourth episode, they should have been on their way to the Red City.
Yep.
But they did
Long
it.
time ago.
They did it because they got caught like noobs. Like they haven't been playing Dungeons and Dragons for 25 years. They got caught. See my hand? I'm doing the Italian. What were they doing?
We took the road.
What are
less
you
traveled.
doing? McLovin, what are you doing, McLovin?
Wasn't my idea to go down there.
That's
So
what McLovin would say.
No, we got-
old man and a kid at a fire.
No,
there was
but
a lot
way
of
before that.
There's a lot of
I think he's
way
talking,
before
he's
that.
talking
After, when you
about,
got-
he's talking about after
Well, we
we
got-
got them.
Well, we got
And we
caught
got
in the
surrounded by the
forest.
guards.
Yeah, that was the
And we didn't
stupidest.
fight.
The guards came, you all
That
just
was the
surrendered.
worst.
That was the
That was the
stupidest.
Yes.
Totally
So-
it was my choice to
changed
be
it.
shot by
I'm
Rob.
glad because I got to utilize my real estate skills.
You
I
did.
went back to the Sunken
That
City, and I was very
I
proud
had,
of
I
myself.
had quite the cushy managerial job at that
Right.
point,
Things
too.
were,
You did.
Things were going well for us then. You know?
Yes.
Played
Good
it,
times.
yeah.
Good times.
And
We're just
here
under the-
we
We
are.
weren't
Just
in
under-
hell yet.
Life was easy.
So they bring you guys into. You're walking through the city. I'm gonna put the city up one more time so people can see it in case they didn't get a chance before.
Nice.
So glad to be here. No idea.
So you'll see the Red City is here. They came in through one of these actually the eastern entrance right there, but from the south. And you guys are walking down. If you guys right here, the crew want to look on your phones, you can see the city. You guys are walking through a large street, and there's actually a lot of red stone actually built into the ground, but it's covered from sand and desert. And you see it's pretty much covered wherever there are roads. People just tracking it in and bringing it around. There's many towers everywhere. Lots of people huddled up within the areas, trying to hide. Trying to take this from the safety of the walls in there. And but the barraging right now, don't forget, is coming in from the western side. And as you can assume, everyone's been evacuated from that side, and they're all within these walls. There's troops everywhere. There has to be over 100,000 troops in here, and maybe even more from what you're just trying to tell. Two mages walking with you. He's not really discussing with you. He seems to be like very concerned that you have the rod, and he wants to get it to somewhere safe. That seems to be what's going on from him right now. So you guys make your way over, and you travel towards this giant, large fortress, and that in the center of the entire city, and it's the most beautiful thing you guys have ever seen before. And I don't think anyone here has been to the Red City in game in their pre-story at all. So you guys are making your way through the halls. You have no idea where you're going, and there's people running with paperwork, and people, wizards passing you. You'll see a couple of knights that are putting helmets on, and people are just getting ready for battle, where they think's going to happen. You make your way into what you consider to be the more the higher up areas where you shouldn't be. It's kind of like you're being hurried backstage in an area you shouldn't be. And you're like, oh my God, I'm going to see Aerosmith. So
In this case, Spinal Tap trying to find the
yes.
Not an exit.
Where's
Red
room
Key.
11?
Not an exit.
So you guys walk through all these intricate ways, and you pass actually a couple of notable areas. One area we see a hallway, and there's wizards standing like guards all the way down this long hallway to a large like red door. And you pass that up, and you also pass an area that looks like a senate. You see, there's all different chairs and booths around this entire area, and then there's a smaller council area in the middle of that. You finally make your way up some stairs, and you pass a lot of guards. Some guards even turn to follow you and join you, as if you're on you get into the higher ups where they have to watch you. And you make your way up to the very, 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 very top of one of the tallest towers. And you get there, and you see a whole bunch of individuals standing out there. They're all like looking out to the west, and a couple of them have like battle maps, and it seems that they're using it as like a war room, giving orders out, but also trying to see what's going on. You see, there's a woman there that looks very looks like a wizard, also looks like some sort of royalty. You're not really sure, and you see some people are calling her Frigg, and she's out there. This is Taylor's character. She's very excited right now.
Frigg.
And she's out talking with somebody. She's talking to some sort of counselor, like another wizard that's next to her. There's a general that's looking out, who they're calling Parthenax, and he's looking out. And you see just a bunch of individuals. Finally, a wizard comes over to you. He has a monocle, very Dr. Wily-like white hair coming on 3 sides, and walks over to you. Well, and who are you?
I'm Hogar.
Hogar, the half-giant. And a 2-mage goes, Archmage, this is the group. These are the crystal bearers. They're here. He goes, my word. I can't believe you made it.
Yep. Yeah, we did.
We
Neither
almost
can I.
didn't.
Yeah.
Yes.
You see, turns to the woman they were calling Frigg. He goes, Your Majesty, is it all right if I leave here? And she nods to him. He goes, come with me downstairs. He walks
But we
you back.
just walked all the way up
Yeah,
here.
exactly. Jacques is like,
My legs, I'm tired.
Slide down.
maybe
the
we can get some
banister.
bread for the walk down.
Some beer.
You guys walk all the way down. You're like, yeah, I see these steps.
It's great. It's great.
You guys walk down. You pass out huge Senate council room or whatever that was, and then you walk down another area with all the wizards through, and you see the wizards kind of like stiffen up, and Onyx walks through the wizard. I don't know if they say his name. But
No, here.
when the wizard walks through, and you walks into an area. You see him go like this, very Obi-Wan, and the door just opens up, and you see it's like a very large, probably like 50 by 50 room. It looks like a laboratory library, whichever he would call it, what he uses. So you guys walk into there. Role play the short walk in the hallway through the wizards. Just whispers back and forth. Role play.
I can only imagine where the hell they're bringing us now. I mean, they just walked us all the way to the top. Now they're going to walk us all the way back down to the bottom. Better not be a dungeon.
I'm very excited because when I saw the hallway with the wizards, I was like, I hope I get to go down and find out what's at the end of the hallway with the wizards. And now we're
Pretty
going to do that.
amazing.
They called us the crystal bearers, but I don't think they know that the crystals don't work anymore.
Well, they're going to find out soon enough.
Maybe they can fix them. They can put the
Maybe.
power back in them.
That's a good point.
And hopefully replenish the rod, too.
I actually have an idea on that, by the way.
Okay.
Okay, you guys.
Game. I'm sorry.
Okay.
Do we know that our crystals are still okay?
Do you know?
Davey and myself.
They look.
because they're,
You're assuming.
right? Because they didn't lose.
You can only
their-
assume.
Okay.
Okay, you guys walk into his library. We'll call it.
Okay.
You walk in. You see there's actually a large orb. Looks like a scrying orb in the center, and chairs appear around it. He's like, take a seat. He goes to sit down. As he sits down, the chair appears. He looks at you. He has the monocle on and everything else.
Okay.
My name is Onyx. I have been here at the Red City and since its birth. I have many questions for you, but I am sorry to say that I must ask each of you individually. I don't know you. I'm very happy that you brought the rod here, but perhaps I should find some information out first.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, so you see him. He stands up and he goes, if you don't mind, I would like each one of you to leave. I'll bring you in one by one. So, anybody protest?
I guess not.
No.
Okay, Rob, he starts with you. Your name? You're alone here, by the way. It's just 2 mages in there with you also, and that is it.
I'm Arky Fint from the Sunken City.
It's not often you get to hear Rob do the
dying.
voice.
Yeah.
What's funny is that every time
Literally
we do a mic check at the beginning before we go live, Rob goes, "I'm Arky Fint."
Got the chance to use it in game.
Finally, all that practicing,
Full circle.
nailed it, man. You nailed it. Guys, give us some likes if you like Rob's voice. That's slightly southern, slightly gnomish, slightly Rob Spataro. Now, I have a question for you. We were looking to create an item of magic, and we sent out the plans for this rod to be created, and you were the person to create it. Did you actually build it?
Well, I created the part of the rod that holds the crystal. I was commissioned to design that holder. I didn't know what it was for, though, but it was supposed to be this container of very high quality.
Right. And what happened when when your group had the rod? Why didn't you bring it here?
Well, we tried to bring it here originally, but we got captured by the Rooksmen on the way. Broke back to the Sunken City, were held prisoner there, and eventually were able to escape through the waterways underground, and, well, that just led us on a really long kind of roundabout journey, and we just finally got back.
I heard from some of our shadows that you were left behind in the group. The group went down the waterway, but you stayed behind. You were captured and interrogated, yes?
Yes, the only way to get away was if I delayed the rook for a while.
What did they ask you? Anything of importance?
No, they just wanted to know what we were doing, who we were. I just said we were trying to escape.
Very good. Thank you, Arky. I appreciate your time. He brings you out to bring you in. Holgar, is it? Yes?
I am Holgar.
Yes. Very good.
Yes.
You are from the, obviously, the Giant's Forest on the island, south of Solst, yes?
That's right.
I must ask this question. I have never actually conversed with a half-giant before. Why do you not worship the Archmage? Isn't there a tower there? Don't the half-giants see the Archmage as their creator?
Yes.
Then why are you helping everyone here escape? Why not help the Archmage?
I don't want to be like the rest of the half-giants. I left them
And why is that?
because I don't want to be like them. They fight. They're violent.
And what are you?
I don't know. I wanted to be a ranger. I wanted to explore the forest and forage and make friends with the animals. But I've started to become violent myself lately.
So perhaps you should go back to your people.
I don't want that.
And what do you want?
I want to help my friends.
Well, do what? You've brought the crystal rod here. Your mission is done.
Oh no.
And why is that?
We have much more to do.
Your mission, as I understand from the seer, was to escort Findalar Lockdawn, the wizard, to the sunken city, retrieve the crystal rod, bring it back to the Elven realm. And the Elven realm is actually destroyed in the midst, and the seer and the Elven civilization, whichever survived, is here in the Red City. So your mission is done.
No. We are now a part of the new Celestial War. We have a lot to do. We have to free the lion and cure the elven blight.
I have seen many a men risk their lives to try to free the lion. They call it the debt here in the Red City. You know, all the paladins take on the weight that is the debt of the night.
But we can do that here?
Do what?
Free the lion?
No. The paladin hood exists because they try to repay the debt of their lion who was imprisoned by the queen. The Red Knight's people feel responsible. The paladins want to repay the debt. They want to free the lion.
How do they repay the debt?
By trying to free him. They follow the code of the lion. And hopefully one day they'll make their way to find him and free him. That is the ultimate goal of the paladin ordered here.
We were tasked with doing that. A lot of other things, too.
By whom? Who tasked you?
The collector.
That was perfect. I'm sorry.
Seriously.
I'm sorry.
My friends and I, we are all bound to the collector.
Okay.
I met the collector.
You met the collector.
I died.
You died.
I died.
Is that a... Okay, you died.
Am I telling you too much?
No. You're telling me just enough. Okay, I'm going to talk to everyone else. But we had a good talk.
Thank you.
You stay right there.
Okay, you go outside to bring you in. Botorius, yes?
Notorious Lowbridge, son of Godin.
You're actually
Service.
You're actually here from the area. You hail from Low Hills, yes? The dwarven settlement nearby?
Originally.
Ah. And how did you get roped into all this?
Well,
You're not a guard, are you?
no, I was working in the sunken city for a while, and that's kind of how I...
Were you a deputy? Were you a...
Oh, I worked in the mines.
You were a miner?
Well, that was the second time I stayed in the city. The first time, actually, I did work for security, town security, and guards. But then I worked in the mines for quite a while.
Okay.
And got wrapped up into this adventure and survived.
I have a question for
Made
you.
it here.
I have a question for you. It's really to everyone in your group, but you're just here right now, and I do intended to ask to you, how come you're still alive? You are minor. You've taken jobs on. You have some security expertise. How did you survive? Because from what I hear, you guys have made it a journey that is incredible.
It was not easy. That's all I can say. It was perhaps fate, luck. I don't know. I did the best I could to survive and to help.
What do you think should be done with the rod, in your opinion?
Interesting question.
Oh, good. I'm glad I interest you with my questions.
Well, I would like to see it be used for good. I would like to see it end the fighting in this war. I don't know if that's possible, but that's what I'd like to see. I'm not, not a fan of all this killing.
And where's your loyalty?
Death. Well,
I'm glad to see it's a complicated question.
right now my loyalty is to my friends, my companions.
Ah, very good. Okay. Thank you very much, Botorius. It was good meeting you.
Anytime.
While you guys are out there, you guys are sitting there, and you see an old man. Everyone roll d6. No, just the side of the table.
Nope.
Oh, I'm sorry. Everyone outside. Everyone outside can roll d6. Guys.
Not me.
4.
4.
5.
6.
Brooke, you're standing there,
4.
and you see like a servant come over, and the servant is an older man, and he comes over, and he's carrying some things back and forth. He's passed you a few times already, and this time he bumps into you, and he goes, "Oh, who are you? Must be important. You must be a very important person.
Why do you say such things?
It's just the way you look. I feel I should just tell you, be careful. Don't get lost around here."
Thank you.
He walks up.
What's this person look like?
He has gray hair, human, probably in like his 60s.
Okay.
And
John
Ethan,
McEnroe?
thank you for the 1,000 star donation.
Wow.
All right. Thank you.
Wow.
Nice.
Random NPCs. I like that. Had me
Thank you.
fooled. I was like, oh no, here we go.
That's good.
Okay, so Brooke, they bring you in. I've been interested to see you. You are a bard, yes?
Yes.
So, what are you doing on this journey? Why are you here? Why are you all here protecting this crystal rod? Why do you care?
Well, we've been given this mission, but we also care about the world in which we live.
But you didn't start on this mission. You started as a singer in the bar, Smithy's Tavern, I believe. And
Yes.
you stuck with these people. Most of you don't know. But why?
I didn't know them then, but they're my family now.
What if you had to go back down to where you went? I've heard from Jacques before, I briefed earlier, about what happened, and you supposedly you went down into the dark, a very dangerous place. And
We
then you
did.
went down even further into the core of the planet, where Dragano
We did.
lives. Would you do it again if you had to protect a rod?
If we could go together, of course.
So you're insane. I'm just
Have to
kidding.
be.
Where's your loyalty lie?
With my friends. My family.
So be it. Thank you. It was nice to meet you, Abyssia.
You too.
Thistly comes in. He
Leave
will.
it out with me.
No,
Don't bring it in there
why not?
by yourself.
I don't
With
think
the
you should
Archmage?
either.
I'm telling you.
It's
No.
supposed to be here.
Thistle.
All right, man. I'm
You
not
don't
gonna fight
know what
about
he's
it.
gonna...
I know, but the rod is supposed to be here. We were told
Ju-
to bring it here.
You just said Archmage. It made me think something. Just in case people are as a confusion, they call the ancient the god the Archmage.
Right.
This guy is an Arch Wizard and an Archmage. He is not the Archmage. They just
Right.
call
Not
that
the
ancient the
Archmage,
Archmage, but he is an Arch Wizard. They're not the same thing.
All right.
Just so that people don't get confused with that.
I feel like we're safe.
All right.
You walk in. He sits down and looks at you.
Morning.
When you walked in this room, I had 3 gold coins in my pocket. When you leave this room, will I still have 3 gold coins in my pocket?
Probably. Yes.
Probably or yes?
No, that's a yes.
Didn't sound like a yes. It sounded like a probably.
Well, I thought about it, and then I thought about the repercussions, and no, it's a yes.
Ask me if you're going to leave this room alive.
Yes, because I brought you back the rod.
No, I'm saying ask me the question.
Am I going to leave this room alive?
Probably.
Okay.
How'd that make you feel?
I can live with that. I like my odds.
I know your father was a famous thief in the Sunken City.
That is true.
And I'm curious, how come you haven't run with the crystal rod? You've had it in your possession, I believe, for months now, from the beginning, and you're here, and you've brought it to the Red City, and I'm wanting to know why.
Well, my initial goal when I joined this group was to make fame and fortune, because, something my father never really did. But, and once I got my hands on the rod, I did have hopes of getting away with it for a little bit, but that kind of went sideways once we met the collector. And
Yes, I've heard about that. You met the collector. You met him where?
what was it, Ganderstone? Ganderstone,
Yes.
yeah.
Ganderstone.
Ganderstone.
That's the ancient collector city underneath Anwar.
He's, apparently he's trapped there.
Yes, and I heard from before that he assigned you all a mission.
Yes.
Do you plan to continue this mission?
I do now, knowing full well what I know and what this rod was meant to do, and yes, and being tasked from my god, yes, I have full intentions of following through with this mission.
So be it. Thank you very much, Thistle. He's escort you out, and they bring in Findalar. I'm sure he's changed the rod over to Thistle.
Yeah.
Okay, so you give the rods to Thistle, and you walk in. Findalar, locked on, yes?
Yes.
So you were the only person that was supposed to be on this mission.
Yeah, the person who was tasked to get the rod and bring it back.
And you've completed your task.
Have I? From my understanding, the oven city has been destroyed.
Well, I noticed that no one has brought the rod into this room, so you have to have completed it completely. But
Wait, I didn't go in the room with the rod?
No,
'Cause
I-
No.
you had a whole conversation about how you took it with you.
No, I was clearly going in with it.
Oh, you brought it in?
I was.
Okay, he didn't take it from
Okay,
you,
I was
so-
like, wait a second, maybe they go in there.
He was just noting.
Alright.
Okay, so he doesn't say that if you brought it.
Okay.
Your mission. I heard something very interesting that came up from Jacques. He was stating that you dropped the rod
Uh-huh.
into the water that turned your mission from a 2-month mission into a 5-month mission. I'm curious if you're the only person who is actually on this mission
Right.
who drops the rod into the water and lets it go into the dark, and that could be anywhere.
Right.
Why did you do this? And fans want to know. I mean, literally, fans are hitting up the Dungeon Master and asking when they watch this episode, "Oh my God," they say. And they say, "Why did he do that?"
It's a good question. It's a question I ask myself time and again, honestly.
Weekly.
Because of what we had to do to eventually get it back and the lengths that we had to travel. However, at the time, you figure you send me, and I'm an older gentleman, but I'm not really that experienced at the time in my wizarding ways. And a bunch of people who also, as you may have known from speaking to them, not particularly experienced or well versed in combat, against the Rook and his armies and Thieves' crew and their armies. And I knew this rod was more powerful than anybody that I was traveling with had imagined. And I knew that putting it in the hands of people who wanted to do ill by it would be bad for the world. And I thought it would be better served that no one had it than the wrong people had it. And that's the reason I made the decision. And as much as it was a titanic struggle to get it back, I still tend to think it was the right thing to do, because I think if we had given it up, then one of the armies that is outside the walls of this city would have it now.
Perhaps. We'll never know. But it is here.
Yes.
That is good. Thank you very much. You may sit there for a second, please. And they bring everybody back in. You see some... Oh, by the way, servants are... like, wizards are helping you. That old man that bumped into you is there. He's helping you. And they bring you all in. He goes, now, if you could please hand me the rod and complete your task, I would appreciate it.
I'm sorry. I don't know who you are, and my task was not to bring it to a wizard in the Red City. My task was to bring it back to the Elven Kingdom, which doesn't exist anymore. And again, we've been tasked to do far more with that. So I have no problem giving it to you for use in whatever battle we're about to have here. But if you think that the end of this is that you have the rod and we go on our merry way, I just want to be clear that that is not our intention.
You see him look over to a wizard near the door.
It's not.
Nope.
Who a wizard like walks out and walks down the hall and the door closes.
So I have no problem giving it to him now. I think that if they can use this thing in any way to help win the battle that is coming here, which we are, I think, in our conversations all on the same side, and the fact that anything we can do to help win
Correct
this
me
battle,
if I'm wrong.
we will.
I thought this rod was created for the Red Keep.
I don't know what it was created for. I got sent to go get it, bring it back.
Well, where are
the Elven
your
Kingdom.
Isn't that
elven wizards now?
I have no idea.
They are here in the Red City. And,
Oh,
the door opens and you see a man come in and you see the seer comes behind him. The seer who sent you on the mission.
Right.
And the seer is an old elf and he has an amethyst in his hand.
No one told me the character.
Yeah, no, I know.
So,
I'm just playing it out.
right.
So he's holding an amethyst, which helps him actually see magically in the room. And he comes up to you, and I'm gonna try to make him sound not like Alabaster.
Don't you dare.
Too many old men.
I know. That's why Ethan wanted an older man before. Had to use up the old man voice. I only have so many old men in me.
Everyone has at least two.
Keep going.
Moving along,
Wow.
moving along.
Findelar. I have a lower voice than Alabaster. I've noticed.
Michael Caine? Is that
Actually, I sound.
How's it? This one here.
I sound more like this. How's that?
Sure.
Whatever.
He comes up to you.
Findelar, how have you been?
He goes to hug you. He's a little bit off.
All right. Hello. Try to get in there.
Isn't Findelar here?
No, I'm right here. Okay.
I'm sorry, I have my hand closed around the amethyst.
Where
are you?
I grab his arm.
I don't feel you. Oh,
There we go.
there you are.
All right.
That feels just like you.
It is me. It's good. It is good to see that you are still alive.
It's great to see you.
Yes.
Ah,
Yes. Okay.
Yes. I have just heard about your journey. You have heard about the Elven Realm, our
Yes.
home.
Yes.
You were destroyed by the Archmage.
I know. I didn't know it was the Archmage, but I know it was destroyed. How many of our people were able to, I guess, find safety here?
I would say a little bit over half of our people survived. If there's any rest of them out there, perhaps they are hiding amongst the woods. But we took who we could. We made it here to the Red City. The tree is dying.
I know. We have, we saw the base of the tree. We saw why it is dying. Drogano has escaped, and he has...
you see him grow very uncomfortable and alarmed.
Yeah, he has escaped. And we tried...
The demons.
Yeah, I know.
The demons.
Easy.
Yeah,
We
they're
tried our
coming.
best to prevent it, but his forces were too strong, and now the demons of hell have escaped with him, and they have traveled through the Underdark. And the last that we saw, they were defeating everything in their path. And I think even if we win this battle, there's another battle ahead of it that could be just as deadly.
It is hard to say what we should do from here. Especially that we are under attack from the Queen's forces today. And in 2 days, probably 2 separate armies.
Right. Hopefully the staff can help. We have discovered very, very powerful. However, its power has ebbed in our journeys here. We know that it can be recharged, but we don't know exactly all the ways to do that. The last time we did it, it was with
At the tree.
At the great tree, right? And the power of the tree naturally charged it, but we don't have anything like that. I don't know keep that well, but I don't think there's anything that's I don't know, pure and imbued with magical light here that can recharge the rod in the same way.
May I see the rod?
Yes.
I hit him the rod.
He holds it. Onyx comes over to kind of look at it too.
It appears that the rod has been tapped out of magic.
Yes.
Not to say it is not magical, for it is very powerful, and I can feel the presence of what is inside of it. Is it true that the dragon Ember lives inside?
As well as others.
Yes.
Who else?
So, the heroes of another age, their spirits have returned, and they are residing within the rod, including
Alabaster.
and some legendary heroes that I don't even know all of them. They seem like myth to me. Their souls reside within that rod as well.
I think Jock knew some of them, didn't he?
Yes. Well, Jacques did.
They look over to Jacques. Jacques like, yes, I did.
Yeah.
It is complicated.
Well,
You see, he looks over to Onyx, and then Onyx looks at all of you guys, and he says, "Well, it looks like you completed your mission. We'll take the rod from here. We appreciate everything you've done, and whatever you would like to do, we're happy to help you out. Of course, you'll be rewarded for your time, and that's it. You're not really, warriors, as to say, as the Red Knights are. We don't want to put you in harm's way. So we would say that you are free to stay here as long as you like. You have earned your place in the highest halls of the Red City."
But what is your plan? What are you going to do now that we brought you the rod? You've got enemies on both sides.
Well, that is for the High Council to figure out, and for the seer and myself. But we thank you for everything that you've...
You don't know?
We don't know.
You don't have any plans on how you're going to use this?
My lady, the general up top is doing the plans and handling everything. I am the Archwizard. He does the plans, I handle the magic. When I'm called upon, I will do it.
Do you know how to refill the rod with energy?
I do not. This is the first time I've ever seen the rod in my life. You see someone comes in and he goes, "Sir, Onyx, you're needed down the hall from the council chamber for 1 second." Yes. I'll be right back. See you. Will you join me?
Yes, of course.
They leave. We'll be back soon. They close the door. There's a couple of servants around there.
Did they take the rod?
Yeah.
I find is the wizard that bumped into me in the room with us.
The servant, the older guy, he's
Yes,
there.
sir, yeah. I go up to him. Excuse me. What did you mean by...
The important girl.
What did you mean by don't get lost around here?
It's a big place.
And what could happen?
Well, there's a battle coming. Lots of things are happening.
I don't know. So we have a...
Don't be fooled by Onyx. He's testing.
What is he testing us for?
Yeah. I've probably said too much.
He walks off.
Yeah,
So we got to figure out what we're going to do.
well, I
Shouldn't
gotta
have
tell you
given him
that,
the rod?
no, I have no problem with giving him the rod, but I'm serious about what I said to him. Like, the rod doesn't stay here. Like,
It's
this is not, no,
it's
it doesn't.
supposed
No,
to.
it doesn't. We got charged by the collector to freaking save the world with this thing. We're supposed to free the lion and undo the blight and all the rest of that. We can't do that without the rod. We're tied to the rod. That magic is spread through all of us.
But the rod is useless to us right now. There's no way to recharge it.
I
We need to
understand
get
that,
back
but
up
We
to
can refill the rod for the upcoming battle. We need to save the world.
the rod is more useless to us if it's here and we're not.
We
right?
need to get up to the war room.
And with that little
Yeah, but I think
creepy guy
the
said
key
to
is
her-
here. I think the key to saving everything is here.
Well, it starts here, helping the Red City win this battle.
Yeah, obviously, like, we need to have some win for the good guys, and this is the only
Wasn't
place we
part of the
have a
collector's? It's me asking you. Wasn't part of the collector's thing?
chance. Aid the knight.
Aid the knight.
Yeah,
and
we're here.
free him. And the knight was like the knight
No,
was
I
to.
don't know, the knight's.
I think the
prison
knight.
too?
No. Free the collector. Wasn't the knight?
No, free the lion.
Free the lion.
I thought we had to free the collector too.
Well, eventually, I think that's
We
what we're
would,
gonna do.
that's
But
his
like,
brother.
I think like we're doing that in part by like being tied to him and being out free in the world. I think
So-
he's touching the world more and more. But my point is this: I think he's trying to see, do we have the drive, the gumption to keep going, or are we going to say now, okay, we did it, goodbye?
Well, I think we have to stay here and help them first.
Yeah, of course. No, I just said that. We're all for that. This is a battle I think we need to win.
Well-
But I don't think that when we win it, we go, okay,
Okay,
let's
so
retire.
Let me jump back into character. I keep losing my voice. Sorry.
Sorry, that's why
I keep throwing myself off.
That's why I speak in my own voice.
So if we help them here,
Yeah.
and we win this battle,
Yeah.
we can make one of the contingencies that we need the rod to do what we need to do, and then they can have it back when we're done.
Yeah, or whatever. Like, yeah. My point is this. I think that this is them trying to see, are we who, like, we...
Say to be.
Yeah, or that we claim to be, or that we think that we are, or whatever. Or are we going to say, okay, we did it, and we're safe, and now the grown-ups have it?
So there's two things I need to know now, if we're going to continue with this. One, he said there's more. He said there's more paladins here, correct?
I think he said something about
Right.
paladins.
Yeah.
So, isn't the paladin what resurrected him?
Yeah. Yes. He doesn't know
Yes.
that, but yes.
Well, no, I'm
Yeah,
just
yeah,
I'm
yeah.
putting 2 and 2 together right now with characters.
Okay.
Well,
So-
Onyx told me that the paladins tried to free the lion.
The lion is encased in ice.
I think part of freeing the lion is defeating the queen.
Yeah, I think that's. I honestly feel like that's like the last thing that we're gonna do.
Yeah, 100%.
Or like one of the later things that we're gonna get to do. I think that I'm worried that we already failed at one of these things. That
Yeah.
we've already failed at curing the blight.
Yeah.
And I don't know how we're gonna undo that, but we have to. But my point is, and I really want to try and emphasize this as much as I can, short of getting murdered by somebody, is I don't want to back down from them, and I want to make it clear to them every time we have an opportunity to that we expect to finish our business, and our business involves that rod when this is all over. And frankly, if it's a cut and run again, it has to be a cut and run again, because as important as this battle is, I don't know which one of us said it, I think it was Abyssia, it's not as important as saving the world, right? And that's what we got to do. And, I would love nothing more to just go, they've got it.
Okay, so now
I
back.
think we should
Now that's the
request a
case.
word with that woman that was up in the war room.
So before we go that far, now back to the rod.
Uh-huh.
How do we? It's a good idea. How do we recharge the rod?
Maybe she knows.
So the last time we recharged the rod, it was at the tree.
Yep.
And it drew the power from the tree,
Yeah.
which was infused by the light of the ancients.
Yep.
Correct? Okay. So,
So we're assuming that, yeah, but yeah.
well,
yes.
no, I think we actually know that. We
We know
that.
all of those facts are true.
Yeah.
We're assuming that that's what happened. Yes,
Okay.
yes.
So that was the keeper that made the tree. It was the keeper that made the tree.
I believe
No,
it was
you
the
know
elven-
that the Elven
the
Lord
Oh,
made
the Elven Lord made
The
the tree.
Elven
I'm
Lord
sorry.
made the
Yeah,
tree. It was the
okay.
elven
I have
genius
a-
on top of it.
I just had a small observation. I
Yeah.
don't know if it means anything, but the seer that had sent you on the quest,
Uh-huh.
he was holding the amethyst to see.
Uh-huh.
If all the gems are supposed to be drained of their power, why is he able to use the
His-
power of that gem to
I-
help him?
I don't think amethyst is one of them.
And I don't think all the
But
gems
any gems.
I don't think all the gems are drained of the power. I think the gems that
We got nuked with.
yeah, the
Strictly
gems
only
that
those?
Drogano has been exposed to.
Yeah.
There's a couple different answers to that, because not all gems contain souls. So there are gems without the souls into them, without those abilities. And what Tom just said is that Drogano is draining the gems
The ones
in the
okay.
areas.
Okay.
Yeah. Which is-
So back to
that's-
recharging the rod. So if we find something that has the light of an ancient, we can possibly recharge the thing. So now we're in the city of the Red Knight.
Mhm.
So something here is holy enough probably to recharge it.
Yeah, I would think so.
Now, here's another thing. The Archmage's Tower. Also, a good source of Ancient's power.
Well,
I'm
that's a
thinking-
suicide mission.
I'm thinking 2 birds, 1 stone.
You want to bring the rod to the tower?
tap the tower with the rod,
Okay.
draw the power out of the tower, no more tower.
Identical.
Ah.
You're doing a halfling version of the guy.
Yeah.
My cousin Vinny.
The prosecutor.
Identical.
That one had parts of traction.
Yes.
Anyway,
Oh man.
The public defender is better.
so
I'll say.
But how will you
I'm getting better.
I don't know.
how will you get close enough?
I don't. I didn't say it was a good idea. I just said it was an idea.
We have no knowledge of hardly anything or any plans that they have going forward here in this city.
Yeah.
I think that we need to
Yeah.
touch the ground a bit and request a word with the woman in the war room.
I said that was a good idea. Yes.
And maybe,
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
why don't we work towards that and then take the information, if she can give us any, going forward with that and see maybe there is something else that does have the light of an ancient, that doesn't involve us walking up to a tower
That we don't
with
want to.
huge chicken legs that we don't want to.
Let's
Give
let
the
the
rod to. You're
I did
charming.
say it
and,
was a good idea.
And personable.
You know,
Why don't you do that?
we are in a keep with a bunch of different wizards.
Yeah.
Maybe they can study the rod and tell us how to repower it.
Perhaps.
I think our DM is getting a phone call from the Red Knight.
What, Red Knight? Kill everyone? Okay.
What? No.
All right. So
So we'll let the wizard study it. We'll go
So-
talk to
Yes.
their leader.
We'll go talk to the tower.
No,
No, not,
not the tower.
No.
The try and get in with the
leadership.
The leader, wizard lady.
Queen?
Finn, before I go
Frick.
and do that, is there
Frick.
any question that
Frig?
you could...
Frig.
I like your name already. That the Frig woman. The Frig woman. Is there any question that you could possibly pose to the planet today that you think would help us before we
That's a good question.
go up?
I don't know. Maybe.
how do we recharge the rod?
Yeah.
Let's-
I can ask.
um,
What's the quickest way to recharge the rod?
Or
Okay.
the nearest. Maybe
Ooh,
you should ask her about like the closest
The easiest.
or the easiest.
Oh, just how?
Well, no.
Yeah,
how
'cause-
could be very broad, Hogar.
Right.
well,
We
let's
need something
save
very
that for now.
specific.
Let the wizard study it. And
I would like.
They
if-
can come up with
I-
something.
I'll offer my assistance to the wizards.
But how do you know?
So
that they
let's go
have
talk to
our
let's
best
go talk to this
intentions?
woman upstairs then, and see what we could do around here to help in
Yes.
what's coming up.
But wait, we should agree on something first. We're gonna let them keep the rod for now. Use it to win this battle. But at the end of it, if they're not willing to give it back to us,
We're going to take it.
we're going to take it.
Oh God.
All right.
But I feel like there's something that the planet can help us
All
know,
right.
Finn. Finn wants us all to just jump off the bridge.
Arky, I'm on your crazy plan train now.
All right.
Usually we are not on the same page with planning. And I like that we're both on the.
Well,
burn
d-
it down. Let's
Don't
go.
you think that there's a question that we could ask that would prevent us from having to
Yeah,
do
yeah,
that?
I don't want to.
Oh yes, 100%. I agree. There's
So why
something
don't we do
there.
that before we...
So we got time. We got time. We have 2 days min.
I'm
Or-
just
You
saying,
can ask one question a day.
be
That's what I'm saying.
prepared if that moment comes.
Right. We don't want
We'll
to
do it.
We want
I
to
don't
freeze in the
think.
moment.
I don't think if
We
we.
want to shoot first.
I think
Then
if
ask
we
questions.
end up successfully helping here, they'll be okay with helping us in any way that we need.
So what do you guys want to do right now?
Especially
sure
being that
about
we're
that.
especially
I know,
being that we're
I'd
tasked
like to
from the
speak with
collector
Frank.
directly.
So right now we want to see if we can.
Did we tell them that exactly?
I did.
Yeah.
They
we
didn't ask
want
me
to see.
about that really.
I did.
We
What
want to see if we
questions-
can leave the room. Right. People want to go talk to
Seek audience with Frig.
with Frigg, and I'm going to see if I can suggest to the wizards to inspect the rod and see if we can discover some of its magical properties that we haven't been able to discover so far.
Are there any other questions that you would like me to ask her if I have to go in alone?
No, I take some of. You go as a party, offer our services, say that we've
Yeah,
been
I'll
in
go.
What
combat
if they don't
before.
let me
I'll go
go
with
as a party?
I think we'll be okay.
Let's go see.
Then you
Okay.
improvise. You're smart.
Yeah.
You got it.
Jarrett Wood says, actually, Earth and Daria, where to recharge the rod.
Yeah.
Some people are saying our accents are very strong. Frick from Brooklyn. Hey yo, hey yo.
Hey, yo.
Sorry, yeah.
Joey
It's,
Bag of
it's a New York
Donuts.
City base.
Welcome to New
Yeah.
York.
Nothing,
Sorry.
nothing we can do about that.
Forget about
Just
it.
enjoy it
Forget
or don't, I guess. Arjuna says, what happened to that guy who was like HOID but legally safe? Is he still trying to get the rod? I'm not sure who you mean. Dragano?
I don't know what HOID.
Hoid? Hole? I don't know what word.
The
you're trying-
loot?
Maybe it means loot. Yeah, Arjuna, just let me know who you mean. Michael Runko says you should have sent the thief to follow the mage to where it is kept. The rod. We're at 147 shares, guys. A couple more shares and we're going to get there. One more share and we get there. Bring it in, guys. Bring it in.
One more. Come on.
Thank you, guys.
Okay, so
Let's go.
as you guys say about go, you see it open up and you see two mage walks back in. And
Two mage?
Tomb. Just
Tomb.
Oh.
T-O-M-B.
Gotcha, Tomb
Mage.
Mage, right.
It's
Tomb
it's a
Major.
usual name.
Two major.
Tomb Mage. He walks back in. And he goes, What were you discussing? Is everything okay?
Yeah, we're discussing. We want to help. We're here. We want to help. We agree. We want to help defend the city in any way we can. We wanted to see if we could offer our services to the lady Frigg. Seemed like she was
Lady in the war
somebody
chamber.
who was to talk to, and then I wanted to see if some of the wizards.
Awesome. We made
150
150 shares, guys.
Awesome.
Very
Nice.
nice.
I wanted to see if some of
Thank you, guys.
the wizards that were here in the tower had time before the battle began to examine the wand, and the rod, and I would offer my services to help them do that.
I believe they are checking the rod in a little bit after they get out of the quick council meeting that has happened.
I don't want to intervene, but I want to offer my services if that's.
Of course. Frigg is actually on her way right now, and here she is. And you see Frigg walking into the room. And
I bow my head because I'm not sure if she's royalty or not.
for those that don't know, Frigg is actually played by Taylor Secondo.
Yes.
On the say hello,
Yes.
Hey, girl, hey.
Hi, everyone.
Taylor. So
Madam Frigg. Lady Frigg.
Taylor, you walk down the hall. This is Frigg, and Frigg seems like some sort of royalty around here. And she walks into the room. You see there's a man with robes right behind her that's kind of following her. And the door closes, and you're all in Onyx's library. You may now roleplay with Taylor Secondo as Frigg.
Okay, first thing out of game is lagging, so if I don't answer your question immediately, that is why.
Okay, yeah. Just don't pay attention to the TV right now. Just
Yeah.
pay attention to the phone. Go ahead.
Okay.
Your Grace.
Oh, you can't.
She can't hear.
Can you hear? Can you hear Brooke in the room?
Can you hear me? Oh.
No, I can't. I'm so sorry, guys.
What about now? Go ahead, Brooke.
Your Grace. Hello?
It's not gonna work, man.
Can you friggin' hear me?
I can freaking hear you now.
Yeah!
Okay.
Hello, Your Grace.
Hello.
Just yell it to her.
Okay.
Oh, you can hear it. Go ahead.
She can hear. Okay.
It's a weird way to do it, but we'll work it out.
My party and I are here, and we're looking to help you all in any way possible. To do that, we're having an issue where we need to, I guess you would say, recharge the object that we've brought to help along the way.
Recharge the crystal rod.
Yes. What do you know of it?
Well, I have never seen an object of such power, and I've only seen it in passing when you came in, and when Onyx came in with the seer. So, as far as recharging, I do not know much. Out of game, did they tell me about the lion? And did Onyx tell me about everything that they were charged to do by the collector?
Yeah, we'll say yes.
Was I briefed?
We'll say yes.
Okay. I was told about your meeting with the collector, and I do believe that you can help us with these tasks. I think it is important for you to do these tasks. Curing the Elden Blight is so far one of my most important things. The tree is incredibly important to holding Drogano at bay. I would say that would be the first place to start.
Well,
But we are under siege, and so we have to keep the city safe and find a way to, I don't know, for lack of a better term, ward off the Queen's forces so that we can safely get to the tree.
Okay.
about that tree.
Yeah, that's gonna be tricky.
She knows the tree is she knows everything.
Do you know if there is a source of light holding great enough power that could help to recharge the rod?
Something here in the city.
Something here within the city, preferably not the walking tower.
A source of light in the city itself.
Yes.
That I do not know of.
Do you know of their intentions with the rod? Do you know what they have planned to do?
Say it again.
Do you know what they have?
Of the rod, you know what they have planned to do.
Well, to defeat the Queen, defeat the Archmage, and end this war. That is our plan for this rod. Bring peace, finally, to Andaria.
It's what
That is our hope.
we have found.
That is our plan.
What we have found when using the rod, it is random. Its consequences is. I'm sorry, I know you don't really know much about this rod, as do we. But we don't know how to
The
direct.
information that you have is of help to us in great amounts.
So basically,
Wizard-
the rod.
A wizard comes in and it says, "My queen," and he goes, "You're needed in the council chamber."
Very well.
Thank you,
We will
Your
help begin
Grace.
Crystal Bearers. Thank you.
Thank you, Your Grace.
Thanks, Taylor.
No problem. Have fun, guys.
Thank you, Tara. That was also.
Kind of cool.
I know. It almost sounded like she was Leia, you know,
just-
like
so just-
like
Help me
with the phone going out. It's like the hologram.
Help me, Obi-Wan. Yeah, so just out of game, and for people at home also, whatever she's telling you is out of her own head, and whatever she directs you to do is out of her own head. She's a character that's been in this game for a very, very long time, even longer than the Audio Dungeon crew, because I made quests all around the story that I was getting ready to create for Audio Dungeon, and so her character is actually Queen right now, and so she went through a lot of different things to get there. She was a part of the Elven Kingdom for a long time, and a whole big long story with her. But anything that she directs you to do is out of her own thing, and doesn't come from me in the plot line, which is one of the cool things about the way Audio Dungeon works.
Yeah.
So so she leaves and roleplay.
So we've learned that we have no idea how to recharge this rod.
They seem to want to do the same things that we want to do.
So, like I was saying
The
before, I
rod
think,
charged on the tree.
yeah, but the thing is now we need to find someplace else to recharge the rod. So the only two options that we have right now are
Climb back
here.
down.
Well, that's what Onyx asked
All right.
me if we had to go down, would we? If it meant to save the world.
I mean, we're gonna have to go back down eventually because to get to the Queen's lair, we have to go back down.
Wait a second. Can we take this one step at a time? The question in front of us was, can we trust these people?
I believe that's a yes because
Speaking to
this is
her,
where we were
it's a
supposed to bring it.
Yeah, I think
It seems like the Queen just told us that they want to defeat the Archmage and the Queen the same way we do.
So that's a yes.
So if there are Archmages here studying the rod,
No. I think you're misunderstanding what's going on, my friend.
I'm not misunderstanding.
No, I think you are.
Wouldn't the
I was just
archmages be
Those,
bound?
those aren't bad archmages. They work for the Red Knight.
But aren't they bound to the archmage anyway?
No, they're bound to the Red Knight.
I don't know, and he cut you off, so I don't know what your
Or-
full thought was,
Sorry,
Hogar.
Or potentially to the Morning Lord.
All right, let Hogar finish.
No,
I'm
no,
sorry,
no.
Hogar.
It's fine. It's fine.
Am I wrong with that answer?
No.
You don't even know what his question was. You just answered half the question.
Yeah, but I think he's worried about the archmages that are here.
I'm not worried about the Archmages that were here. none of us knew about the archmages that were here. We didn't know if they were going to give us the rod back. Now we know we have the same goal as them, so they will give us the rod back to achieve the same goal.
Simmer down. Yes. Okay. But we established this.
Don't look at me, man. I'm on his side.
We established this.
Like, I feel like you're just
poking a bear.
Yeah, you just don't let him finish his thought.
Can you turn into a bear?
So let's one day maybe.
You can.
You can talk to him.
I can stop the answer.
For the time, my point is, we have 2 armies attacking this city.
Right.
And we're trying to figure out how to recharge the rod.
Right.
For the time being, we can leave the rod with the archmages to study the rod. As they study the rod, they may be able to figure out a way to recharge it. Mm-hmm. Right?
I'm with you so far.
Okay. So when we move on, they'll give us the rod after the battle. The problem we're facing is we may need to recharge the rod for the battle. Correct?
What if we can't recharge the rod? What do we do? In 2 days, we're going to get crushed sitting here.
Well, yes. But that's 2 days. Well, a day and a half now, probably. But still. I like Hogar's walking it out step by step. Right. Problem being we may need the rod, to your point, right, for the battle. We don't know how we're going to do that yet. So I do think, going back to, I think, Abyssio's suggestion earlier, and maybe other people are saying it too, maybe I use this thing and I ask the whole planet. Oh, it's so cool. I asked the whole planet.
It is so cool.
What is the quickest way?
Remember, yes or no questions.
Yeah, that's right. It's a yes or no question. I can ask the planet, can we recharge the rod in
here
in the city
in the Red Knight City?
Somewhere in the Red Knight City.
Yes.
Okay. Sound good?
That's a good question.
Right?
Sure.
Should I call it the Red Knight City? Should I say the Red Keep?
It's called the Red Keep, ain't it? Jacques, it's called the Red Keep, ain't it?
You want to narrow down the
You
space.
can call it the Red Keep is in the Red City.
Okay.
The Red City. I'll say the Red City.
Yeah, because
How-
the
The
keep
whole-
would just be
The Keep,
like,
right?
Not
So,
the
all right,
whole
I'm going to do
city.
that right now. Hopefully, it's as simple as just,
Yes or no?
go ring go. All right, I try and activate the ring of Andaria, and I ask, can we recharge the rod in the Red City in the next 24 hours?
This is very nice.
The voice of the planet. Wow.
Planet.
So that's what
This
it
must
is.
be a teenager planet.
Now we know.
This is a pubescent planet. Oh my god.
I think Tony broke himself.
Yeah. It's like he had no plan for that. It's
Zero
like
plan. Zero
it's almost as if he was just doing that off the top of his head.
You just broke yourself. That's great.
Wow.
That's hilarious. That was great.
Oh my god.
Wow.
Well,
Was that the answer?
Did we all hear it or just
guess
Finn?
so.
I guess.
Wait,
I
did
guess-
your voice just legit crack like that? Is that what happened?
Say it again. Please do it again.
You only get once
Oh,
a day.
that's true.
Once a day.
All right.
I can't wait
So,
till the next question.
Seriously.
So, no. The planet said no.
Maybe
believe it was
maybe
more
the
like-
tree is the only place that we can.
Well, he also put 20. He also put a 24-hour time marker on it. So
Teresa Johnson just texted me. She goes, "Ha ha ha, silly planet."
Planet, played by Peter Brady.
So,
All right.
so if we can't recharge the rod, we have to convince them to launch an attack on the Queen's army before the tower gets here.
The door opens and the wizards look at you guys. Look at Two Mage also. Two Mage just hanging out on the side. He goes, "Oh, your requisite is required up above."
Okay.
They bring you through. You start going through the halls. Who knows the song "Somebody to Love" by Jefferson Starship?
Don't you want? No, that's Queen.
Oh.
Don't you want somebody to love?
Okay, so you guys pass a bard who's singing that. Could you sing that for me? And played by Tom right now. You're just passing the bard. He's playing for all the troops. Go ahead.
Don't you want somebody to love? Don't you need somebody to love? Wouldn't you love somebody to love? Someone find me somebody to love. Oh, I have him right here.
Guys, what do you think of that bard singing?
That's it, everybody.
Give us a reaction. If you're in that crowd right now, which face would you be making? The angry, this bard is crazy, the sad, oh my god, we're all gonna die. The wow, that bard really hit the moment. Or hilarious, that guy is amazing. What are you thinking, guys? Okay, so you guys are heading on your way up, and that was for a D-ski. There you go, D-ski, you got it.
Thanks, D-ski.
Thanks for the request.
No, thank you. Yes, really.
So
Thank you.
That was amazing.
you guys go back up the stairs, you go all the way up, and you see Parthenax is out there, the general out there. He's out there with a couple other people, and looking out. He goes, I was just briefed on everything that's been going on downstairs. I know you met with Onyx, and I know you spoke with the Queen. From what I'm hearing right now, you helped create these things.
Yes.
What should we do? They outrange all of our cannons, and the only thing we can do right now is send our troops out there, or the limited number of wizards we have. But if we lose those wizards, we have nothing against the other wizards coming in from the east in about a day and a half. What do you recommend?
Well, we could try and sneak into their camp, take control of the tanks. I could explain to all of you how they work. We could somehow sneak in, get the tank force, cause havoc in their camp. Your army can sort you out.
You're thinking you can get in there without them seeing you?
Well, I'm not quite sure how we would do that, but that's my plan.
The tanks themselves. Do they have
Wait. You mean idea or you mean plan? Is that your idea?
That's my idea.
Or is that a plan? 'Cause
Get
that
us to the
doesn't sound like a
tanks.
plan.
Get us to the tanks, and we can win this.
That's not what I would call a plan.
What are when you built it? Are there any weak spots to it? Are there any flaws in it? Not that it's told you, but any flaws in the design? Any way that, like, hey, if you can flip them, they can't get flipped back easily, or if they get hit with water, they'll break, or anything like that at all.
Do they have any vulnerabilities?
Right. Easier way to say it.
Yes, the fuel pipe could easily be detached if we could get underneath them. They'd become useless.
I don't know what that means,
That
but
sounds
okay.
like something.
That sounds like that's a start.
That sounds like something.
Can't hear you.
The music, you're still on the earth? Is that something?
Oh, it's okay.
Yes, we
I'm
are
just feeling
still
so
on
calm, like talking to this
the
guy.
planet.
Dolores Davis says, who is definitely your mother, says there might be a magic there might be a magic underground spring that when it opens, pure light comes out of it, and you can charge the rod, but you need to do it quickly before it closes. It only opens every few months and not for long.
That's awesome. She's gonna be the next DM.
Maybe that's the answer.
Roll a d20. If you roll a 20, that happens.
Or one.
Or a 1, right?
Or a 1.
Oh.
And you have a reroll too. You could use it for that if you want
Oh,
to.
15.
Want to use a reroll or no? You have it.
Oh goodness.
Yeah.
Do it.
If that happens,
You don't have to convince yourself. It's your decision.
a 1!
Wow.
Wow, what a
Amazing things
busted
happen.
rear range you have.
Wow.
Busted rear
Okay.
range you have. Holy smokes.
Mommy,
The
this
seer-
might be a good DM after all.
The seer comes up and walks
What
walks
the
up,
hell?
and he goes,
Everyone, Finlar.
Yes.
Oh, there you are.
I'm right here. It's here. I'm here.
"Oh, Finlar."
Oh my god.
Wow, what a reroll.
Yes. Oh my god. Quickly. I sense you have urgent news.
I do.
Thank you, Mom.
Good. I wanted to tell it right to you.
I get in front of him.
You hold his shoulders.
Are you in front of me now?
Closer.
Right there? Right here? Right there?
Yes.
I
Perfect.
can almost see you. Yes. Oh, oh, hello. This thing's not really working anymore.
I think there's a little dust on it.
Oh, there you are.
This is crazy.
It's the fingerprints.
I was just thinking. I was contacting my spirit animal, Dolores Davis.
Ah, yes.
She's a wolf.
And I realize, near the tree, and sometimes even miles away from the tree, some of the roots have come up and made their way into the water. It is possible that since the staff is not charged anymore, he had the staff on him by the stuff, the rod. He goes, it is possible that you may be able to charge the rod in those waters.
Where's the nearest water to you? Do you know?
The closest one I know is east of here. It puts it about halfway between here and the Elder Realm. It is quite a journey, but it is a lot closer than the tree.
Okay.
You have to find it. The water is tinted in amber color. Easy to find once you see it.
How far away is it? How many days journey?
I would say it is at least 2 weeks.
All right.
I would say Two Mage is the only wizard that is able to teleport. But you cannot teleport the rod.
What if we bring the water back? Bring the water to the rod.
You try
You
it.
could try it.
You can't hurt to try.
I was thinking.
All right. Do it.
Somebody get this man a bucket.
I don't know. Not exactly Black Panther of Wakanda. I'm sorry.
Like, how much water would we need?
Two Mage walks up and he tells Two Mage what you were just saying and everything else. He goes, I can teleport you any place that I've been there. I've been, but I have not been to this place.
All right. How have you been in that direction that we can get close to it?
I have been to the cities in all the cities in the Knight's Realm, and I've been to the tree, of course. I could probably save you about a week's journey. I could bring you beyond these wizards coming in.
Yeah, but that's just to get the water and get it back.
No, then he can bring us a week. Then we're gonna travel. Well, yeah, let's just get the water and bring it back.
That doesn't even.
It's not enough time to help
Yeah,
us.
it's not enough
with
now.
this.
We need now.
Well,
Can you teleport to the tree?
I can.
No, we can't teleport the rod.
No. Parthenax is like, let's focus on this. We have an army at our gates. Everyone wants to go get water from somewhere else.
all right.
Well, does the Queen's forces have mages amongst them as well?
Yes, they do.
At with the tanks?
With the tanks?
Yeah, well, the tanks. Are they protected by by any type of wizard?
There are wizards that are flying around the area. If we try to get men close, the wizards find down fireballs and lightning.
Okay. So, you say that there's a vulnerability to the tanks underneath them. There's a fuel, something, whatever.
Yeah, we could blow them. Maybe Parthenax could launch some sort of distraction first, some sort of fake attack.
There are many tactics I could use, but we need those tanks to be down before we attack. Any one of those hits from those tanks is going to take out complete areas of soldiers that will be running in. They'll be open.
How many tanks are there?
Looks to be about 40 or so.
What, they're metal carts, right? I'm trying to.
They look to be made of wood. They look like they're carts fashioned into.
They're carts. They're wooden carts, but they have plating on them.
Right.
Bissia, can your fire arrows take them out?
They're much out of range. They're actually out of range of our cannons.
Okay.
I've heard briefly about what you have done. If you can go over there and cause some sort of distraction to take out the tanks, a small group perhaps.
Yeah, I think.
Just how do we get to them without getting caught?
Oh, that's easy.
Findalar.
Visibility.
No,
I can teleport you
the wizard.
to the flank.
Yeah. Yeah. You sneak over there.
That'll get us close enough. I mean, then we can do what we got to do. We can do it. Do we need to do it now? We can do it at night.
let's do it. Are there times where the fire is lessened? Do you camp at night, or are they attacking you all?
The fire eases at night, but they continuously fire.
Okay.
It will be nights in 4 or 5 hours.
I think night's probably the best bet then.
We go to the flank. We take the first one. We don't destroy it, and you spin it and start charging down the line, firing down the line.
Oh
Right.
boy.
And then we wreak havoc. I mean, that's it. There's no, I don't know. They're made of wood. They burn.
How many tanks are there?
It's about 40 or so.
What's the span line to line? Like hit end.
How far are the tanks apart?
Yeah.
They usually have them at least 100 feet apart. And the tanks, when they hit, they roll back about 50 feet after they fire.
I like it. Get me into a tank.
Oh god.
They'll be distracted. They'll take them time to recover. They could destroy
Well, if we do it at night,
a lot of them.
if we do it at night, we can probably do it a lot better than we can at day. Because at day they're all manned. At night, you figure.
I don't know if I could destroy 40 before they.
No,
Stop.
you can't.
But
Can you get in there with your suit? No, right?
no, I'd have to get out of the suit.
I thought you were never getting out of that suit again.
Onyx walks up and he's just listening to the conversation. He just doesn't say anything.
Yeah, I mean,
So that we gotta do this at night. I think we should try to do a couple as quiet as we can, even if it just means
What
disabling.
if we
a-
disabled some
Yes.
first and then?
and
Yeah.
then once we get caught, then we put it to work for us.
okay. All right, we can go. You said there's something underneath. Can you get it so that we all understand how to do that? Because I can put greater invisibility on us less a minute at a time, right? And then we could go in teams. Team which can get us to 1 cannon, 2 cannon, 3 cannon. Boom, boom, boom. We get the first 3 on the line. Disable them.
Okay, so I explained all of them. Give them a
Wow,
brief-
your voice is so much
Oh,
deeper.
sorry.
Brings out the chalkboard. Well, you see, this is the square and
Simply
a
go
circle.
in
Yeah,
detach this pipe from the central valve, and they won't be able to operate.
And I sketch out a diagram for them.
How many pipes are underneath?
3.
Just rip them all out.
Which one is the most important?
The central one.
Okay,
Detach
middle.
the pipe in the center.
Middle
You
pipe.
said that's the fuel line. Like, are we gonna just hit this pipe with an axe or
What
like,
is fuel?
like?
Throw steam.
The
Can
small-
Can we?
Well, the steam will not be able to flow through the pipe if you detach
steam.
it.
So, like, should we hit the pipe with an axe, or
That
are we
makes
just,
sense to me.
Is that not a good idea?
No, there's a
What's our
there's a
dinosaurs?
screw inside it that you can manually twist
Okay,
and
so,
simply pull it down.
so undo the screw. Don't like just hit it with an axe.
That could work too, but
Well, that's what I
Well,
was
don't just
asking.
do my only idea.
Oh boy.
but we want to do it
That's what I
quietly.
usually do. You know, so I was just
but we want to
wondering.
do it quietly.
Okay.
Wait a second.
Undo the screw and
If
take
we
the pipe off.
undo the screw, can they just screw it back on?
I mean, they could be, but
But they gotta figure it out.
It would take
Not if
a
you-
that would
while.
disable
not if you
those.
take the screw with you.
Yes, could we take? Yes, is it possible to take the part?
Finn,
yes, they would need some time to find the replacement part.
Yes. So
And
we
it
gotta do
buys
that.
us enough time. We
Probably.
don't have to disable.
I'd be
We
close.
just need a few minutes so that we could destroy all these tanks.
Let's okay.
if Finn gets close enough, maybe he can mage hand
All right.
all the screws out of the line.
Let's see how many we can stealthily do. Right? We go invisible. We teleport in. We sneak up, unscrew, and 2 mage. Can you just pop us to
Yes.
tank?
I will teleport you until we're back. I will keep an eye on you, and I will bring you out when you need.
I will have to leave my suit here. Swear to
He's a
me.
little stressed by this.
Swear to me, it will be guarded. And you won't let anyone take it.
I will guard your suit.
Thank you.
He's sweating bullets right now.
All right. So we don't even have to go.
Little does he know you just leave your suit places.
I'm never taking
I've
it
got a
off
general.
again.
A general promised to guard it.
Never again. Never taking it off again.
Two mates says we will guard the suit. Do not worry. Onyx, so I've heard your plan. You wish to do it tonight or now?
I think we wait for nightfall.
Yes, nightfall.
Right. Yeah. I mean, is there unless there's an urgency that we don't know about? I mean, we're not privy to the state of combat.
Okay, 2 mage. Crystal bearers, come to me downstairs, please. come to me downstairs, please. He brings you downstairs. I imagine you guys follow.
Ah, these steps.
Maybe there are other wizards that have been.
If
to
you
the
were nicer
River
to
of Light.
Hogar, I'd carry you.
Maybe can they make like dimensional doors or something?
Maybe there are other wizards that have been to the waters of light.
It's possible.
Yeah, but two mages, I think, special in his teleporting abilities.
We're back in his room, I assume.
You're back in his room downstairs. Well, I just want to know, I talked to all of you. I've had a quick meeting with Queen Frigg and some of the other members of the council. And I have to say, I am surprised by you. We have some different plans that we are doing according to this. I instructed Parthenex to ask you what you thought, because I wanted to see if you were engaged. And I told you we didn't need you, because I wanted to see if you were engaged. We have a couple of teams that are ready to do this assignment. But something struck me as you gave the idea. I believe that perhaps you can do it. And I am curious to see if you can do it. So, I do have much to tell you. From Malabaster himself, actually. But, before I divulge any more information to you, I ask you, once and for all, do you wish to actually put your plan into action and try to take out these tank thrusts? Or would you like one of our squads to do it?
No, I think it probably is better for us to do it. We have the person who helped design them and build them, and if something's wrong, or if our plan, if they made modifications to the thing, he'd be the best person to know on the fly.
That's true. I could operate them.
Right.
It might come to that.
And if it's not the central pipe, it's the left pipe now, he'll know, he can see that change and do it. And I don't want to send some soldier, as brave as they happen to be, who doesn't know what they're doing, and all of a sudden steam pours all over them or whatever.
We, of course, have no gnomes or anyone who has any sort of such knowledge of these devices, and you have the very man who designed them.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
And the way you work together, I'm curious to see you in action. So if you feel like you can do it, I would like to give you a try. And if you succeed, we'll have much to talk about when you return.
Okay.
You all agree to this?
Yes.
Yeah,
Sure. I agree.
So be it. Eat, rest for how long as you can. In about 4 or 5 hours, you will depart for the rear flank of the Queen's army. He leaves his room. You may relax here.
Thank you.
He leaves. There's a couple of servants around the area. You guys rest. You relax. 4 or 5 hours pass. You eat a full meal. You're feeling pretty good. You feel better. You've had normal rest, by the way. Just kind of put your head through your journey over there. So you're feeling like pretty back to normal. Night comes, and you see he comes back in. Two mage comes in. It is time. Are you ready?
Yes.
We're ready.
Let us go. He grabs the two of you. You guys, you're in like sand dunes, and you're behind the army by like one dune, going down and going up. You see they're all up there. You see people actually pushing the things, the carts back up. They're firing all over the place, and you hear the queens, the two of you there right now. The queen soldiers are just like laughing, like they're like, we'll just sit here all day until the archmage's wizards come and just batter down the entire wall. They'll have no idea. The wizards just climb over the wall and take everything. We'll have all the riches. You can hear that traveling over the dune. He puts you into the dunes right next to him. You see the same thing I just described. The cannons are going off. He goes back. And then goes back for Jacques. Why am I last? He takes him. He brings him in there. Jacques is like stretches out. You stand there and you look at the whole thing. And Two Mains looks at all of you. He says, "Be careful. It does take me a little bit of time to teleport you out. And I'll be watching as best I can. I'll stay within a mile."
Thank you.
Thank you.
He appears like on a dune far away. It's like,
All right. I didn't expect it to be so loud and movie.
Are all the cannons firing right now?
yeah.
Or- so all of them?
Oh yeah, like in succession.
Okay. So I thought at
that's
night.
loud,
I
so-
thought at night
Yeah.
some of them.
They less fire.
Oh, they just shoot less. They don't fire. Okay.
Let's see.
Well, some they're firing all in succession. It looks like that there's less people on duty. Perhaps they're resting. Perhaps there's a
Okay.
shift. You don't know what it is.
All right.
Well, they're not going to hear us with all this noise.
That's good. All right. I can cast invisibility on us. All right. That'll work for a while.
Who's going with who? I think we should kind of like break these teams up pretty evenly. I feel like Arky, myself, you, and maybe one of you two would know the mechanic side of it.
Well,
I
he
think you're more
explained
for
it,
smashing things.
Perhaps like the two of us with the gnome, we sneak in first and look at it, and we know
Yeah.
what we're doing.
Yeah.
Okay.
And we can come back for
I
everybody
forgot
else.
Jacques was there.
And why does everybody forget I'm here?
Jacques was there.
Question: Are there the soldiers? Are they only in the tanks, or are there
No.
also soldiers on foot around
Well,
the tanks?
You don't know who's in the tanks. You haven't seen anybody come in and out really. But soldiers all around the area. It's about 40,000 soldiers, so it just goes massively
Yeah.
around the whole thing. It's not like you're looking
God.
right here. It like spans a distance, and it's all like encampments, everything set up, and you hear the voices on like the wind.
Is everybody in uniform? Like everybody that we look around, like are they all in uniform?
They're all in the colors of like the queen, which is like a yellow and like a black color.
Okay.
Black and yellow, black and yellow.
All right.
You see here, and you're looking over here, and you see like there's actually the groups of soldiers like walking from over there, like that. Like you're behind the camp, but like there's activity. Like this is where the supply line comes through.
So there's a ton of soldiers between us and the tanks, then.
Yeah, that's the whole. Oh yeah, well they're amongst the tanks. Yeah, they're all around. You know, you're pretty much right behind the camp.
Right. Well, I didn't expect them to be completely unmanned. I was hoping they would be a little bit further out in front. I can make I can make invisible. You guys are gonna go in.
Yeah, one, 2, and 3.
Yeah. Get an hour. It's regular invisibility. You attack somebody, they'll see you.
All right, so I kind of like grab 2 of them so we can start walking together. I want to make sure everybody's together.
First to show.
Well, well, well. I didn't expect to see you ever again.
Son of a bitch.
It is time for the lovely loot to seek his revenge.
I take out my sword.
You look behind you, you see the lovely loot is there, and you see a couple of the people with him. They're all like holding a couple of things, a couple of soldiers, and he jumps off like a horse, and he pulls his sword out, and he goes, and looks at you. He says that to you.
Am I invisible?
And then runs in, and that's where we stop right now.
Son of.